What's up? What's up? It is me, the Moachster. Bit of a late start today, but it's okay. We're getting it. We're getting it. All right. Let's just jump right in. Okay. Many of my classmates were playing freely in the schoolyard. A few of them had just run out of the school building after putting on their shoes and tapping their toes to the ground. It looked like they had just finished eating lunch. From a time-manipulating standpoint, I guess I succeeded.
前原さん、大丈夫なんですか?
A few girls noticed me and came running over. It was only natural they were worried. You'd think if someone wasn't there in the morning, they'd be out the rest of the day.
まあ、遅刻さ。気にしないでくれ。それより、里子はどうだ？今日は来てるか？
The girls exchanged glances. I saw a thin shadow fall over their faces and knew the answer without needing to hear them reply. Satoko was absent today, too. When all was said and done, after being out 3 days, she'd only come back for 1. And now she was out again. Who knew if she would come tomorrow?
うん。でも、里子ちゃんから電話があったって先生言ってました。
風邪って言ってたよね。みんな家に帰ったらうがいをちゃんとしましょうって先生言ってました。
Wait a minute, Chi-sensei. That's a little too thick-headed, don't you think? You're a teacher, aren't you? Why can't you be more sensitive and catch on to the fact that your pupil is sending out an SOS? But, even if she did, there was nothing we could hope for. The most she could do was a home visitation. She didn't have any right to take Satoko from her uncle into safety. No matter the results, it would end up just like the public agencies, with a wait-and-see attitude. It would just piss Satoko's uncle off, and her suffering would only grow deeper. Then, wasn't saying she had a cold the best option?
そうだな。みんなも風邪に気をつけろよ。もう行っていいぜ。昼休みはまだ長いぞ。
The girls excitedly scattered into the schoolyard.
ケイチくん!
It's that girl, Reina. Reina was yelling out the classroom window, waving her hand. A moment later, Mion and Rika-chan poked their heads out too.
ケイチまでお休みしましたから、とても心配しましたのですよ。でもよかった。顔色もそんなに悪くないし、とりあえず元気そう。
I felt a little uncomfortable with her saying that I don't look sick, but I didn't care that much.
どうしたの？寝坊？
遅刻は遅刻だろ。それとも、電車の事故で遅刻したとでも言えば、許してくれるのか？
寝坊？
Mion was being a bit persistent. Is she gonna put on her club president cap and scold me for being late? Well, maybe she didn't have it in for me, so I briefly stated that she was right.
まだね、お弁当あるよ。みんなで食べよう。やっぱりね、ケイチくんがいないと盛り上がらないよね。
里子は休みなんだな。
Even Reina, feigning cheerfulness, couldn't stand to hear that, and her face darkened.
朝、電話があったらしいよ。 風がぶり返したから、また休むってさ。長引くかもしれないって言ってた。かわいそうなので、みんなでお見舞いに行こうという話が出ていますのですよ。
何言ってんだよ、リカちゃん。
Not pleased with Rika-chan wearing a smile, wide smile as though it was a happy occasion, I threw cold water on her.
サトコが風邪なんかじゃないことは、俺たちが一番知ってるだろう。たとえ冗談でも、二度とそういう白々しいことを言うな。次は怒るからな。
Rika-chan furrowed her brow, looked down, and mumbled an apology.
圭一くんだけじゃないよ。みんな辛いよ。
俺だけが悩んでるなんて思ってない。でも、みんな何もできないのは本当だろ。
それはそうだけど。でも、
I got the feeling I would cause another fight if this exchange went on. So, I apologized first.
ごめん。謝るから、今の話は忘れてくれ。辛いのは、みんなも同じだよな。ああ。
It was at least clear, however, that I was the only one who had worried so much about rescuing her.
Your means.
Oh.
And here.
Hello, soldier. Hope you're having a good day today. I was a little worried about you. I didn't know if you were okay or not. I don't know why. But I saw you at the beginning of last stream and I didn't see you. Like, for the rest, I thought something might have happened to you. But I'm glad to see you're okay. At the very least, everyone else probably got the normal amount of sleep last night. Probably had good dreams, too. They definitely hadn't stayed up all night thinking so desperately.
投稿してきていきなりこんなこと聞いて、気を悪くするかもしれないけど。
Oh, he's hanging out with your friend. Gotcha. Well, I'm just glad you're okay. Hope you have fun with them. Or if you're still hanging out with them.
ケイちゃん、今日遅刻したよね。サトコが今日欠席したこととは関係ある？
は？ミオン、お前、何の話してるんだ？
ケイちゃんはたまに、ちょっとつ盲信なところがあるからね。今朝、サトコと一緒にケイちゃんも休んだとき、サトコを家から連れ出して、どこかにかくまったんじゃないかって、本気で思った。
Easy for you to say. Hey, Golden. If I could have, I'd have done that last night. None of them had really thought about how difficult that clear as day solution was. And your friends. What the? Oh shoot, friendly fire was on. God dang it, Golden. Hope you've been having a good day, though. Hope everything's well for you. I was up thinking all night, thinking until the night was brightening. And then, I concluded that I couldn't do anything of the sort.
バカかお前。人間一人かくまうなんて、できるもんかよ。
そうだね。ごめん。
I had a great dinner last night. Ooh, so the date went well? That's what I'm assuming, at least.
気を悪くしたなら謝るよ。
別にいいよ。それより、飯にしようぜ。腹が減ってんだ。
I took my bento box out of my bag. Everyone moved to make a spot for me to sit.
前原くん、
I'm telling you, every time Chi Sensei is in this fucking novel, she's always mad as hell. That is the most used expression for her model. I got distracted by the koi pond on the restaurant. Flipped through Chi's art style. Oh, have y'all not seen it? Let me see. That one's not bad. You know, that one's not bad either, honestly. It was pretty normal. Isn't she a teacher? Yeah. You know, her old art style isn't that terrible either, to be honest.
今来たんですか？
And just as I was about to stick my chopstick in, Chi Sensei came along.
あ、はい。
That explains why she always looks mad, I guess.
遅刻してすみません。寝坊しまして。
What the heck? Even the teacher is giving me that strange look.
お弁当を食べたら、院長と前原くんは職員室に来てください。
Night.
ちょっとお話がありますので。
Probably about Satoko, I thought. Sensei left it at that and went back out into the hallway.
弁当を食うまでもないだろう。行こうぜ、ミオ。
そうだね。
Mion and I exchanged looks, nodded to each other, and got up.
さとこちゃんの話だろうね。
No doubt about it. They were saying she had a cold, but everyone in class knew the truth. I didn't think that wouldn't have reached the teacher's ears by now.
僕がずっととぼけるので、僕に聞くのをやめたのでしょう。
Revealing the truth to the teacher would only worsen the situation. Was that why she hadn't said anything? Or was it because she was Satoko's friend and knew that she was trying to endure the trial of her uncle's abuse in order to get her brother to come home?
どうする？今のうちに私たちなりの統一見解を出した方がいいかもね。
リカちゃんはどうしたい？
Oh my... Oh, I just realized y'all are playing a whole freaking Yu-Gi-Oh match in chat.
み
Satoko's closest and best friend was Rika-chan. However much I pretend to be her Nini, it didn't come close to the amount of time they'd spent together. So I felt like her opinion should be held in the highest regard.
俺は、サトコがどうしておじにいじめられてるのを耐えてるか知ってる。
Everyone looked startled and turned to me.
昔のサトコはいじめられると、きっと泣きながら兄の背中に隠れてた。でも結局、そのせいで兄が逃げてしまったんだと、サトコは思ってる。
誰に聞いたのかな？
監督か。
I nodded quietly.
サトコは、叔父のいじめに耐えれば、兄が帰ってくると信じることによって、今を耐え抜こうとしてるのかもしれない。でも、そんな思い込みと、サトシが帰ってくるのは、全く無関係なことだ。サトコには悪いが、それが現実だ。
Wait, Golden, isn't that like... You killed Panther Warrior. Isn't that like yourself? Question mark? Everyone hung their heads. Everyone was thinking the same thing. He'll know Panther cooties? What?
サトコは、多分誰の助けも喜ばない。自分一人の力で耐え忍びたいと思ってる。でも、それを尊重してやるのが、果たして正しいだろうか。俺は思わない。一時、サトコに恨まれることになろうと、サトコの意志に関わらず、助けるべき時があると思う。俺はそれが、今じゃないかと思ってる。
I told them all about what I saw and how I felt when I went to Satoko's house yesterday.
圭一くんは、話すべきだと思ってるってことだね。
もちろん、公的機関への通報で、サトコが保護されるのが確定してからだ。
I was rebuilding my Blue Eyes deck and I found the best card in the entire game. I don't know how to say that, but I'm just gonna say congratulations. Soldier only had 1,200 life points left. Might as well give up.
その確認のないうちは、サトコをかえって危険にさらすこともあり得るからな。
難しいね。先生との会話の中で、その確約ってのが取れるわけ？
I had no confidence. But we had to try. Meanwhile, Rika-chan had her hand raised for a while, as if asking for an opportunity to speak.
圭一に、任せますです。
Wait, we playing by Season 1 rules? Bet I summoned Blue Eyes White Dragon.
いいのかいリカちゃん。
Motherfucker.
圭一は、ここにいる誰よりもサトコのことを考えていますです。その圭一が、話すべき時だと判断したなら、僕は、文句なんか言わないのですよ。
ありがとう。ミオンもレナも、それでいいか？
Mion seemed to hesitate, not knowing if she should agree. But when she saw Reina's firm nod, she made up her mind and did the same.
よし。行くぞ、ミオン。
うん。
Only Chi-sensei was in the teacher's lounge. We didn't see the principal anywhere. The schedule on the blackboard under the principal's name said training, going straight home. Our principal's sense of justice was too strong. I played the surrender button. Satoko's problems wouldn't be solved with something so vague. Maybe it was a stroke of good luck that he wasn't there. Here. When the teacher saw Mion and I come in, she closed up her curry bento, saving the rest for later.
そこへおかけなさい。
You know, I've never had curry. Wonder if it's any good. She told us to take a seat in the chairs directly in front of the principal's seat. Do you like spicy? I love the spicy. I love it the spicy. I hadn't sat in this chair since doing the paperwork for transferring in. The two of us sat there uncomfortably before the teacher walked over carrying a notebook and a ballpoint pen and sat in front of us. Do you like chili? I wouldn't say I'm crazy about it, but I do love eating it. Like, it's definitely something. Is anyone dead? Not to my knowledge. Hello, Maya.
前原くん、今日は午前中お休みでしたけど、何かありましたか？
すみません。寝坊です。
本当に？
先生に嘘言っても。
She narrowed her eyes at me in suspicion. Now I was sure of it. She wanted to talk about Satoko.
まず、二人とも知ってると思いますけど、お友達の北条さんがここしばらくお休みしてますね。
Neither Mion nor I had anything to say in response. But the teacher proceeded not minding.
何か知っていますか？クラスで良くない噂をしている人たちがいます。
Mion looked down and remained silent, as though she were being lectured. She sent me a quick glance. Everyone had made up their minds. They'd be leaving things to me.
委員長？前原くんも。先生は別に怒ってるんじゃありませんよ。もしも知っていたら、教えてほしいとお願いしているだけです。
先生。先に、こっちから質問してもいいですか？
She must not have anticipated that response. She looked surprised.
クラス中で、聡子のどんな噂が飛び交ってるかは知りませんが、仮に、その噂が真実だったとして、先生はどうするつもりですか？
どうするもこうするも、その話が本当なら放っておけません。
放っておけないって、具体的にはどう放っておけないんですか？
Sensei's eyebrows shot up. Maybe I said it like I was trying to pick a fight.
前原くん、先生は真面目にお話ししてるんですよ。
先生こそ、俺はすごく真面目な話をしているんです。まず答えてください。真実だったとして、どう放っておけないんです？
Sensei took a few deep breaths, then began to speak slowly.
まず、状況を確かめるために、北条さんの家を家庭訪問します。
おじに怒鳴りつけられて追い返されるかもしれませんね。まあいいや。仮におじと聡子に会えたとします。それで？
そして、真意を聞きます。その事実が確認できたなら、指導します。
指導って曖昧な言い方はやめてください。具体的には何をするんですか？
Even despite my tone being so provocative, Chi-sensei bit back her emotions and listened calmly. I thought then that she was a good teacher. Chi-sensei really did have her students' best interest at heart. But she didn't have the power or the authority to save Satoko. If she let her sense of justice run away with her, the situation could get more complex. Sensei folded her arms, and for a few moments, she closed her eyes as though mentally concentrating. And when they opened again, there was a strictness in her eyes I'd never seen before.
児童福祉法という法律があります。この法律で児童に対する虐待は何人に対しても認められていないことが明記されています。
らしいですね。それで
沖宮の生活相談所へ通報します。さっき前原くんは追い返されると言いましたね。この相談所の職員は必要に応じて警察官を同行させることができます。恫喝には絶対に屈しません。
What was that? Oh, hey, gold. Alright. Hey, that's word gold.
その福祉士というお役所の人は連絡して書類で申請して何日後に助けに来てくれるんです。
即日です。彼らの仕事は児童の安全を緊急に保護することですから。
知ってますよ。緊急性があると判断された場合ですよね。認められなかったら先生と同じ。
Oh! Oh! Hey, Ark! What the... How much shit did I miss? Things going... I suppose you've earned my favor. For now. Just doing my job. How you doing, Ark? Hope everything's going well for you today.
指導をして様子見をするんですよね。見てるだけ。聡子の叔父の機嫌を悪くして聡子をその場に残したままそれっきり。
Rawr.
ケイちゃん、ちょっと言い過ぎ。
嘘はついてないだろ。去年だか一昨年だかに児童相談所が来た時がまさにそうだったんだろう。
I was gonna stream, but I don't know what to play, so I'm gonna cry instead. Oh my god. There's no need to cry, Ark. Well, you were streaming quite a while last night. I eventually had to end up just going to sleep. You're playing Celeste, right? Or something like that. Or maybe you finished it in that stream, I don't know. I mean, hey! If you don't know what to stream, we could start playing it out that collab. Stream the hit Steam game Touch Some Grass. There you go.
俺よりもミオや先生の方がよっぽどよく知ってるだろうが。
I got so scared from Resident Evil, I swapped to Celeste and then I gamer raged. Oh no, he unlocked his based gamer mode. Ark is far from finishing Celeste, like really far. So, like, did you just rage quit or something? Just saying. I'd said too much. I didn't need Mion to tell me that. I was talking crazy and itching for a fight. I was supposed to be telling her about the situation only after I was sure we could save Satoko. But I basically told her everything right from the start. I beat the level I was on, but I was not having a fun time. Well, my thumb still hurt, dude. Jesus. Chi-sensei looked at the clock, stood up, and picked up the phone at the principal's seat.
もしもし。内線の3455をお願いします。 いいのケイちゃん。本当に、大丈夫かな？
It was too late. The die had been cast. Now we could only pray.
お世話になっております。ひなみ沢文庫教諭の知恵と申しますが、指導室の渡辺主事はいらっしゃいますでしょうか？
Wait, director! Oh, shoot. They mentioned something about director in the first chapter. I don't know if y'all remember. Shoot.
はい、ええ。ちょっと急用がございまして、至急校長と連絡が取りたいのですが。はい。お願いします。緊急とお伝えください。よろしくお願いします。
The teacher put down the phone and tilted her head back and took a breath like I always do. Oh my god.
二人にもう一度だけ聞きます。クラスのみんなの噂はすべて本当なんですね。
はい。
Oh, Chikuma, please notice me. What are you saying? Ark just... Oh! Ark just wouldn't get enough Funny Ghost Man. I want to burn Funny Ghost Man's hotel. Throw a brick that out. Man.
俺は昨日、聡子の家に行って、実際にどういうことになっているのか見ました。
あとは、先生に任せてください。聡子ちゃんは、きっと先生が何とかします。
なんとか？いい加減なことを言わないでください。なんとかじゃない。絶対でなければならない。
There's only one thing Mochi cares more about than bricks. And it's national defense! That's true! National defense! The sound alert. Where is the sound alert? I added that as a sound alert, right? No. Did I? I did. There it is. National defense! Perfect.
もしもまた様子見なんてことになったら、先生はどう責任を取るつもりですか？
While I was yelling, the phone rang. Chi-sensei snatched the receiver up first.
もしもし。あ、研修中申し訳ありません。はい。実は、例の北条聡子さんの件でお話が。はい。
Sensei waved us away, telling us we could leave now. Mion went to leave, but I held my ground. MILF. Man, I love frogs! I had a responsibility to make sure she stopped saying such vague, ambiguous things. If it didn't look like she was going to say anything substantial, then I'd tell them the truth, even if I had to steal the phone from her.
はい。
Golden, you fool.
いえ、まだ相談所には。
Man, I love fish.
はい。まだ確認はしていませんが、クラスの子の話では相当な様子です。
相当なんてもんじゃないぞ。すぐにだ。
Amphibians over fish.
今すぐ何とかしろ。通報するならどこへだっていい。でもな、もしも様子見なんてことになってみろ。ただじゃ済まさないからな。
He yelled angrily at Sensei and the principal on the other end. I wanted to somehow, some way, convey to them just how dangerous their situation was right now.
それは分かっています。ちゃんと伝えますから。委員長、前原くんを連れて教室に戻りなさい。
Amphibians, as Hannah Montana once said, get the best of both worlds. Aren't amphibians like notoriously bad at like surviving because they're amphibians? I'm just saying.
はい。行くよ、ケイちゃん。あとは先生たちに任せよ。
絶対だぞ。
Until the very last moment, I glared at Sensei. Sensei is feeling pressured by the likes of me. Idiot. This isn't the time to feel pressured. That's the time when you give me a firm nod to reassure me. Even so, we've already left things in our hands. I want to send a link. Links should be fine. I don't think links are disabled. You should be able to send a link. As long as it's not like a virus or anything. Can I send a link without being destroyed modes? I think. That's a big-ass link. Oh my god. Well, I already see Pepe the Frog. Let's see. And I see Fiverr, too. Let's see. Let me open this. I know. I really went and did all that just to look at Hannah Montana with a Pepe edit. Man. God dang it, Ark. At this point, really can't do anything but pray. Bang. Leon shut the door to the teacher's lounge. I looked up Frog Hannah Montana, and that was the first result. Well, there's a subsection end. But that's interesting that that's like only the second time the director's ever... That's a chat. Okay, so usually like the sub-chapters end at like the end of the day. Now they're just ended whenever. Interesting. Article. Article 2, Definition of Child Abuse. The term child abuse means the following acts committed by a custodian, meaning a person who exercises parental authority, a guardian of a minor or other person who is currently engaged in the custody of a child. Hereinafter, the same shall apply. Against a child, meaning a person who is under 18 years of age, hereinafter the same shall apply. 1. Assault the child in a manner that will cause, or is likely to cause, external injury on the body of a child. 2. Engage in indecency against the child or cause the child to engage in indecency. 3. Substantially reduce the amount of food for the child or abandon and neglect the child for a long time period in a manner that may interfere with normal development of the child mentally or physically, or otherwise materially fail to perform the duty of a custodian, or... Wait, did it? 4. Speak or behave in a manner that would be significantly traumatic to the child. Don't look at the meme section of Discord Mochi. Don't do it. Have you met the uncle yet, by the way? We've heard him. We haven't seen him. What does it mean? Watching Hannah Montana. Good Lord, Golden. Article 3. Prohibition of child abuse. No person shall abuse a child. Damn it, Mochi, we warned you. Why would you send the link if you didn't want me to see it? Law number. Act number 82 out of 2000. Authored by the Minister of Health and Welfare. It wasn't for your eyes. Who eyes was it meant for? Statistics from the Ministry of Health and Welfare. Year 19 blank. Principal abusers in cases reported to the Ministry of Health and Welfare. Total 5,352. God dang. Mother by blood 2,943, or 55%. Mother not by blood 203, 3.8%. Father by blood 1,445, or wait, what? I feel like I don't know. That was a much. Okay. 27%. Father not by blood 488, 9.1%. Year 19 blank. Instances by type abuse in cases reported to the Ministry of Health and Welfare. Total 5,352. Physical abuse 2,780. That is depressing. 51.9%. Neglect, abandonment of child 1,728, 32.3%. Psychological abuse 458, 8.6%. Forbidden from going to school 75, 1.4%. Sexual violence 311, 5.8%. Oh no! Don't tell me that's hinting to something. Oh, please don't tell me that's hinting to something. Oh no. Oh no. Please don't let this be a sometimes foreshadowing is relatively obvious moment. Give Satoko headpats. The die of fate had been cast. Reporting to a public agency, which we'd kept being warned could instead result in something far worse for Satoko if we didn't have the evidence first. And just like that. Had I failed? Had I let my emotions get the better of me in that moment? Maybe I should have stayed silent and left everything to Mion, since she had been relatively calm. May God forgive you, because I don't load shotgun. I remembered the punishment game where we had to badmouth Curry, and how me saying anything would have made it worse, and Satoko told us to leave the talking to her. Maybe it was the same thing here. I was impulsive, so maybe I should have just shut up and looked at the floor. But it was too late to lament it. The die I had thrown wouldn't be coming back into my hands. All we could do was pray for something good to happen.
ケイイチ君は、ケイイチ君にできる精一杯をしたよ。だから、あとは先生たちに任せよう。ね。
俺にできる精一杯？本当に俺が死に物狂いに精一杯だったら、里子を夕べのうちに連れ出して、どこかの廃屋にでも隠れてる。そうならなかったってことは、俺は精一杯じゃなかったってことだろ？
もう考えるのはよそう。ケイイチ君、少し根を詰めすぎだよ。そんな調子じゃ、 圭一くんまで倒れちゃう。
Just leave me alone. I left her with those words and stared lazily up at the ceiling. I wondered if I'd really got Chi-sensei to understand. Would the public agency intervene and solve everything within the day? Would they acknowledge the abuse and guarantee her safety? After lunch break, our afternoon classes were mostly self-study. The teacher came back to the classroom occasionally, but then the phone in the lounge would ring and she'd have a long conversation with the caller. Everyone in class got the feeling they knew what those phone calls were about. Sensei came trotting back from the classroom.
今日は何度も電話で本当にすみませんでしたね。
Oh! It may seem off, but what Keiichi is thinking is here is extremely realistic. Yeah, I know what survivor's guilt is.
では今日はこれでおしまいにします。委員長、号令。
I've experienced it. I know what it is.
起立。
It looked to me like Sensei had been wearing a dark expression ever since after lunch break. It wasn't a very relieving expression. It wouldn't be. Even if Sensei 100% understood the situation and passionately explained it to the other person. At the end, Child Consultation Center, as a public agency, would be the ones to decide whether to get her to safety. Sensei understood that as well as us, and that's why she looks so unreliable right now.
ケイちゃん、帰ろうよ。部活する気も起きないでしょ。みーちゃん、部活は誰が欠けても面白くないよ。
Reina was right. It was no fun for us if someone was missing. If the teacher's expression had shown more promise, then maybe we could have gone home more comfortably. But I couldn't let myself feel relieved. I couldn't be naive and tell myself all I can do is pray, now that the dice have been cast. Just in case they didn't get her to safety and decided to wait and see again, I'd need to take further measures. We've asked the people who could do something official already. Then, there was one more place that was worth asking for help. She might laugh it off, or I might be right, and I could be endangering her own life. But I'd try.
ミオ。今日さ、お前の家に寄ってもいいか？お前、漫画かなり持ってるんだろ？少しまとめ借りしたいんだけどな。
え？いいけど。
There's an ominous meaning behind my words, so Mion realized what I really meant right away. I wanted to talk about something alone. That's what I meant.
みーちゃん、ケイチくん、早く帰ろう。
Reina already had her shoes on and was waving to us from the schoolyard. Mion's house was gigantic in every way imaginable. The house itself was a vaguely old-fashioned, traditional Japanese house, but the yard, I guess, or their plot of land, was enormous. It easily convinced me that they really were major landowners, with Hinamizawa under their thumb. Mion brought me through the guest room, and a servant brought us some tea.
へえ。さすが金持ちだな。お手伝いさんなんか雇ってるのかよ。
私とバッチャしか住んでないもの。私だけじゃやってけないよ。
Servant left, telling us it was 5 o'clock, then withdrew with soft footsteps.
週に2、3回ね。バッチャの世話とか掃除の手伝いで来てくれてる。3、4人がローテーションで入ってくれてるんで、大抵毎日誰かがいてくれるよ。夕方までだけどね。あ、宴会とかがあって人手が欲しい時にはベッドに呼んでるんだけどさ。
He had the money to hire all these people, then just take Satoko in. I glared at her as I thought that, and Mion seemed to catch on immediately.
ごめん。
いいよ。金の問題じゃないことは分かってるからな。
先に言っとくけど、うちはお金持ちかもしれないけど、私に自由にできるお金は全くないんだからね。そこだけは誤解しないでほしい。
Kind of looked like I was bullying her. Mion had been apologizing to me a lot lately. Is Mion the sort of person who would do that this much? Maybe it's just that I've been looking so grim lately.
でさ、何？ケイちゃん、なんか話があったんじゃないの？
ミオンに、かなり本気な話がある。突然な話で、ミオは面食らうかもしれないが、聞いてほしい。
何？
あ、先に逃げ道を渡しておくな。仮に本当だったとして、ミオはそれを認めてくれなくてもいい。しらばっくれててもいい。だけれど、最後まで俺の話は聞いてほしい。鬼ヶ淵村御三家の今や筆頭家、その次期当主の園崎美代に話がある。
At first, Mion looked like she had no idea what I was saying, but at hearing the whole sentence and putting it together, she reacted.
どこで聞いたの？
それは関係ないことだ。
I definitely couldn't tell her who told me. Takano-san told me not to, but please forgive me. Oh, wait, is that... Oh, okay. This is why I asked you about it after all.
ケイちゃんが鬼ヶ淵村の名を知ってることだけでも驚きだけど。私について、いろいろとあることないことを知ってそうだね。
I mean, we knew she was a killer since Chapter 2. But... Yeah. I guess it wasn't that surprising. That we've always known that she was involved in the killings.
ああ。あること、ないことだ。俺が勘違いしてるだけなのかもしれない。でも、それでもいいから聞いてくれ。そして、もしも本当なんだったら、
ケイちゃんが何の話をしようとしてるかわからないけど、話す前に釘を刺すよ。
とにかくケイちゃんは大きな勘違いをしてる。だからできるなら、私はケイちゃんの話も聞きたくない。聞いても何も叶えてあげられないからね。でも、話すことでケイちゃんの肩が少しでも軽くなるなら聞くよ。本当に聞くだけ。
Holy fuck, it's Mochi, #1 Stewie Griffin fan, Kuma. Love this guy. Hell yeah. I fucking love Family Guy. Hey, Reyes. Golden, if you could, please shout out Reyes for me. Thank you. Thank you, Golden.
何も起こらないよ。
Already on it. Nice.
それでもいいね。
あ、
Mion seemed to know what kind of thing I'd be talking about. She warned me that doing so would be fruitless. #1 Stewie Griffin fan. That much was obvious. I don't know if we could keep being friends. If it makes you feel better, Reyes literally just made that up. I don't really watch Family Guy. Also, what is this RuneScape music? It's a good question. If what I was going to say was true, then the Sonozaki family would be the masterminds behind the string of freak deaths that had been occurring every year in Hinamizawa.
お社様のたたりってあるよな。
Mion nodded a little.
正体不明。なぜ起こるのかも不明。個々には解決しながらも、全体で見れば不可解な連続開始、連続失踪事件。でも、一つだけ共通することがある。それは、必ず村の旧敵が標的に選ばれること。
みたいだね。
Mion spoke as if it didn't relate to her. That was fine. She didn't have to admit it. For now, I just wanted her to stay quiet and listen to me.
あさってだろ、綿流し。今年のたたりの犠牲者ってさ、もう決まってるのか？
Mion didn't answer. Her expression remained the same, too. Like she said, she was just quietly listening.
あ、ごめんな。聞いてるだけって約束なのに、質問しちゃ変だよな。
Mion gave me a look she'd never given me before. A faraway look. A sympathetic one. She didn't nod, she just smiled faintly and listened to me.
もしも、今年のたたりが、里子のおじじゃなかったなら、里子のおじに変えてくれ。だって、去年は里子のおばだろ。順番から言えば、決しておかしくはないだろう。
そうだね。そういう順序もあるね。
第一あいつ、去年のたたりでおばが死んだ後、里子を放り出して丸1年、町に逃げ出してたじゃないか。そんな奴、もろにお社様のたたり確定じゃないかよ。今年のたたりに選んでも不足はないはずだぜ。
そうだね。今年のたたりであいつが死んでも、多分みんな納得するね。
俺、聞いたんだ。お社様のたたりってのは、
matter how hard I looked at it, I wasn't sure whether I should continue. No matter how hard I tried, the words, they wouldn't come out.
ひなみ沢連続開始事件。通称、お社様のたたりは、園崎家が主導で御三家が起こしている村ぐるみの事件だ。でしょ？
別に俺は、それにミオンが関わってるとか、そんなのには興味がないんだ。
God dang it, Cole.
ただ、もしも、そういうたたりを決めている連中に渡りがつくなら、里子の叔父をたたりに選ぶように言ってほしいだけなんだ。頼む。
God dang it, Ark.
ケイちゃんの言ってる内容は、さっきから本当にひどいこと。
You're not wrong on that.
ひなみ沢連続開始事件が園崎家主導の事件なんだとしたら、それじゃあ主犯格は私ってことだよね。私がたたりを決め指示をし、何人も殺めて消したことになる。ケイちゃんは私を人殺し呼ばわりするんだ。
だから、
That reminds me, I need to add a hug command. Oh, that'd be nice.
言ってるじゃないか。ミオンが連続殺人の主犯だろうと無関係だろうと、俺はどうでもいいんだ。
So don't put your hands on my horns.
たとえミオンが殺人犯だって、俺の親友であることには何も関係ないじゃないか。それでも全然構わないんだぜ。警察に追われたら助けてやる。お前のアリバイを作ってやるし、逃走だって助けてやる。仲間で親友だからだ。そうだろ。
Mion looked surprised for a while. She was dumbfounded.
いきなり共犯宣言？ケイちゃん、かなり大胆だよ、それ。
いいから話の腰を折るな。里子の叔父を今年のたたりに。
ケイちゃん、ストップ。そろそろご飯の準備をしたいから、今日はこれくらいにしたいんだけど。
ミオン！
I then realized that my cheeks were wet with tears. They slid down my chin and fell, drip drop, to the tatami mat.
最初から言ってる通り、ケイちゃんは大きな勘違いをしてる。お社様のたたりは、お社様のたたり。たとえ人間の起こした事件であったにせよ、それは園崎家とは、ましてや私とは何の関係もないよ。
ああ、それは分かっているさ。
I swear half the time that I pay attention to Keiichi, he's either angry or crying. I know, right?
だから、ケイちゃんの必死の訴えには胸を打たれるけど、それだけ。私が叶えてあげたくても、叶えてあげられない。それもわかるね。
ああ。
でも、ケイちゃんの気持ちは痛いくらいに分かったよ。もしも本当に私が、ケイちゃんの言うように、 御三家を操って毎年の犠牲者を選べる立場にあったなら、きっと私はケイちゃんの願いを叶えているよ。
ミオ！
でも現実は違う。私はただの園崎美音。確かに園崎家はいろいろな意味で悪い噂を持ってひなみ沢を影から支配している一族だけれども、連続開始事件とは何の関係もない。ダム闘争では確かに少々過激な抵抗もしたけれど、それだけ。人殺しなんて大それたこと絶対にやらないよ。
That's bullshit. Yeah, sorry, Mion, but that's bullshit.
そんな、悲しいこと言うなよ。せめて今だけでも、嘘でもいいから、うなずいてくれればいいじゃないか。
ケイちゃん、夢を見るのは勝手。
Hashtag Mion is always right.
私がここでうなずいてみせれば、ケイちゃんは里子があさっての夜に解放されると信じて肩の荷を下ろすことができるんだろうけどね。でも無情にも里子の叔父はあさっての夜も超える。
Hashtag trust Rita. God dang y'all.
来週になっても再来週になっても居続ける。それを覚悟してね。私は綿流しの次の日になぜ殺さなかったなんてケイちゃんに詰め寄られたくない。
ミオ。
Mion stood up slowly and closed the sliding door to keep out the wind that had grown chilly.
ミオさんかな。ケイちゃんにそんな話を吹き込んだのは。
Uh-oh.
あの人、ひなみ沢をいい感じに誤解してるからな。まあ、本人が一人で楽しんでる分にはいいんだけど。ケイちゃんを感化するのはいただけないな。やれやれ。これだからよそ者は。
Uh-oh! Can't wait for more Mochi lore this stream.
高野さんは関係ないからな。
はいはい。でも安心して。仮にミオさんがケイちゃんに喋ったと分かったって、別にどうにもならないんだから。別にミオさんが今年のたたりに選ばれるわけじゃない。
Mochi lore. Shockingly, Mochi is actually... Yeah, no. No, I am a Kodiak.
そもそも、今年もたたりがあるかどうかなんてわからないよ。あんなの、不幸な偶然がただ積み重なっただけなんだからさ。
聞いてくれてありがとな。もしもミオンが連続事件と何の関係もなかったなら、本当に不愉快な話をした。謝っておくな。
そうだね。謝っておいてくれるかな。
Kodiaks are bears. I mean, they're literally bears. They're big brown. Oh, koalas. Wait. I always thought they were technically bears. Because they're called koala bear. I don't know. I'm not the animal expert. Koalas and marsupials. Well, there you have it. They're marsupials, not bears. Mion said she didn't have much time, but she still brought me to the gate. Bears aren't marsupials. And marsupials aren't bears. She said she had a meeting or something today about Sunday's Watanagashi festival, so there would be a lot of people from the town council and the festival committee meeting coming. Good lord. I can't believe the Discovery Channel would lie to me. I mean, they say mountain goats are goats, and they're not even goats, so they lie about a lot of things. Despite her day being so busy, she still listened to what I had to say.
天に神様がいるならさ、きっと、ケイちゃんの強い思いは伝わるから。
ああ。今日は変な話をして、本当にごめんな。今日の話は、なかったことにしてくれていい。
うん。忘れておくよ。
じゃあ、明日な。
Wild krats like reindeer and caribou are not two different species. They are the same species, and it ticks me off when people think that just because they saw it on wild krats. I don't know what the hell a krat is.
バイバイ。
I had really only spent a short time with Mion. Talking to her made me think. It was clear that what Takano-san had told me, at least, wasn't a complete fabrication. If Mion was really unconnected to the incidents, then she probably wouldn't have listened to me so quietly. She heard me out until I was done without making any quips, and I wanted to think that was proof. Krat Brothers, the two people who hosted the Zabumafu. The Zabumafu! Is that the magazines? No, wait, no, that's a different thing. There's like a, yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. The magazines that had like a bunch of animals in it. It's famous when I was younger. It was like the deep depths of the jungle. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that one. Yeah, or was that Zaboom? I don't know. I did kind of feel like I was grasping at straws. The kids' TV show about the cockerels. Cockerels Siphica Loomer. Wow, Loomer. Okay, Mochi. Lemur. Of course, thinking back on it, it was a terrible thing to discuss. I mean, I went to my friend's house, called her a serial murderer, and then told her to kill Satoko's uncle. I was the only one talking that whole time. Mion quietly listened to everything I had to say like a pastor listening to a confession. She could have gotten angry partway through and told me off and go to wash my face in miso soup and come back later. I'm a Zabuma for your face! But she didn't. Is that proof that Mion's family, Sonozaki, are the masterminds? Pronunciation. Cock! Cockerolls Shafaka. Cockerolls Shafaka. Haha, yeah. Cockerolls. Yeah. Cock. Was she just listening because she felt sorry for me going kinda crazy? I don't know which it was. So, I swear to God, someone's gonna clip me just saying cock out loud. And just like nothing else is in the clip. But it was the one effort I could make at the moment. It was another form of insurance. Should worst come to worst, and the public agency decided to wait and see about that, oh lord. It was a completely useless resistance, literally grasping at straws. Since they said that if she reported it to the Child Consultation Center, they'd have to respond on the same day. Would they already be in the middle of responding to it now? If Satoko came to school tomorrow morning all energetic, then everything would just be a needless fear. Why couldn't tomorrow come faster? That night was unusually hot and humid, and I couldn't get sleep. I said all that to Sensei. I couldn't possibly decide to wait and see again this year. Satoko, what was it like for her tonight? Had she tasted the end of her nightmare, enjoying a night of liberation? I actually put my hand together and prayed into my futon. Damn, man.
おはよう、ケイチくん。
おはよ
よかった。今日もお寝坊かと思ったよ。昨日はおばさまには先に行ったって言われるし、学校には来ていないし。途中で日射病で倒れちゃったのかなって心配してたんだから。
う。へいへい。昨日は心配かけて申し訳ございませんでした。
Hey, good morning!
Alright, English out of nowhere.
みーちゃん、おはよう。大丈夫？なんかすっごく眠そうだよ。
そういえば昨日は遅くまで町会の人が集まっての打ち合わせ会だったんだろ？
打ち合わせ会なんて名ばかりの宴会だよ。毎年やってるお祭りだもん。今さら小難しい打ち合わせなんかないし。
今日の午後は、やっぱりお祭りのお手伝いに行くのかな？
うん。バッチャの代わりにいろいろ挨拶しなきゃなんないし。それにね、祭りってのは準備からもう始まってるからね。
Our morning conversation was lighthearted as usual. It looked like Mion had thankfully forgotten about how I'd barged into her house yesterday with that crazy talk. The more I think back on it, it felt like I'd really said something terrible to her. I was really thoughtless, and it wouldn't have been weird if she'd yelled at me. It was highly possible Takano-san had exaggerated her story. To think that our comrade and friend Mion, the young leader of the Sonozakis, one of the three families effectively controlling Hinamizawa, was pulling the strings behind the serial death incidents was a little unbelievable. I'll barge into your face! Now listen, violence is usually the answer, but not in this moment. But if there was even a 1% chance that it was true, And what I said yesterday to Mion might have been a success. Yes, it was no more than 1 in 100. But that little bit of effort might have brought the chances of saving Satoko up by even a tiny bit. At least I'd have made that effort. Okay, Daddy, I'll save the pilots. God, good lord, man. After yesterday ended, I was sure I'd done everything I possibly could. If there was something else I could do, it was probably just to clap my hands and pray that Satoko's uncle would be killed by the curse.
サトコ、今日は来ているといいな。
そうだね。先生がいろいろと手配してくれたんでしょ？うん。きっと大丈夫だよ。
ひなみ沢地区の民生委員が私のおばさんなんだけどさ。ゆうべ、電話して聞いてみたよ。
へえ、みーちゃんのおばさんって民生委員さんなんだね。それでさとこちゃんのことなんて言ってたの？
うん。先生があの後、直接沖宮の生活相談所に電話してね。担当の職員さんが夕べのうちに訪問したらしいよ。私のおばさんにも今後定期的にアプローチするようにと連絡があったって。
小難しい話はいいよ。それより、サトコはどうなったんだよ。保護されたのか？
おばさんはそこまでは知らされてなかったみたい。本来はこういうのって秘密だからね。おばさんが私に話してくれたのも十分に倫理違反なんだしさ。
くそ、かえって不安になったぞ。
Kate, you need to calm your ass down, bro. Jesus.
行こう、学校に。
Right. Discussing this more would just make us feel worse. It was far quicker to go to school and see if Satoko was safe or not. The three of us nodded and ran off. Was Satoko safe? What measures had the Child Consultation Center taken? I didn't care what. As long as we could go back to our peaceful life with Satoko today, it didn't matter to me. At the shoe racks at the entrance, Reina took a peek in Satoko's shoe cubby.
あ、さとこちゃんの靴あるよ、あるよ。ケイチくん、さとこちゃんは来てるよ。よかった。
来てるだけじゃわからないだろ。サトコの顔を見るまで何もわかるものか。
We trotted towards the classroom. The classroom was lively as it usually was in the morning.
サトコ！どこだ？
みー、ここにちゃんといますですよ。朝っぱらから騒々しいですわね。少しはお静かになさいませ。さとこちゃん、大丈夫だった？
All of our friends crowded around Satoko excitedly.
あのさ、さとこ。家で、どういう話になったわけ？
呼んだのはどなたですの？まったく、どんな騒ぎでしたのよ。
先生だよ。 あれだけ欠席すりゃ心配もする。
Satoko said, I told you I'm fine under her breath. She was still trying to overcome all the suffering on her own.
私もおじさまもとんだ迷惑でしたのよ。
Daddy Mochi, I appear to have dropped my pencil. Can you get that for me, Uru? Alright. There you go.
急にあんなに人に押しかけられて、もう。みんなさとこちゃんのこと心配してたんだよ。
I did. There you go. I got it for you.
迷惑だなんて言わないで。
ああ、もうとにかくそれで、どうなったんだよ。
どうもこうもしませんわ。
Roanoa Zoro moment. Nothing happened.
風邪が治ったから学校に来ただけのことですのよ。これからはあんまりお休みして心配をかけないようにしないといけませんわね。
What was Satoko saying?
おじさんはどうなったの？ええ、多少誤解があったことを認めて、二人でごめんなさいをしまして。
Tug. Rika-chan grabbed the back of my collar and pulled me away. Satoko, I'm gonna just let you know right now. These hands are rated E for everyone.
なんだよ、リカちゃん。
Rika-chan silently dragged me all the way into the hallway.
リカちゃん、あれはどういうことだよ。
さとこは、何でもないと言って追い返してしまいました。
バカ野郎！なんで？
No. Somewhere in my mind, I thought it might turn out like this. Satoko didn't ask for anyone's help. She didn't hide behind anyone. She was trying to ride out this pain. Keiichi, use your inside voice. She wanted to show Satoshi proof that if he came back to them, she wouldn't need to hide behind him anymore.
だけど、監督に聞いた話じゃ、保護士ってのは本人の意思に関係なく緊急保護をすることができるんだろう。いくら聡子が虐待を否定したって、虐待は事実。
Chi-sensei finally came. Her expression was far from cheerful.
ええ、前原くんの言う通り。
You're embarrassing me in front of the wizards.
児童福祉士は緊急性があると判断すれば、職権で緊急保護をすることができます。当事者の意思に関係なく。
じゃあどうして聡子の意思が変に尊重されて保護されないことに。
それに、沖宮の相談所もいろいろ検討した末にそういう判断を。
なんだよそりゃ！先生、昨日あんた絶対に助けるから大丈夫って言わなかったか？これはどういうことだよ！おかしいじゃねえかよ！おい！
ケイチ。実は、これが3回目なのです。過去にも2回あったのです。
Damn.
フルデさん、
I think he needs Reina to sass him again. You know, okay, if they've had the fucking the CPS called on them 3 times, you'd think the 3rd time would be like, okay. Alright, something is clearly not right here. We're just needs to offer him a delicious home-cooked meal for him to relax. God. Since I tried to stop her, but Rika-chan went on speaking anyway.
過去に2度一昨年の冬に通報して様子見になったって話は聞いてるが、その前にもあったのか？
聡子の死んでしまったお父さんは、聡子の本当のお父さんではないのです。
え？リカちゃん、それが、え？
I'm stunned at the sudden revelation. I had no idea what Rika-chan wanted to tell me. It seemed really important, so I couldn't get a word in either.
聡子のお母さんは再婚なのです。聡子と聡はお母さんの連れ子で、お父さんとは血はつながっていなかったのです。
Satoshi was a good kid when he listened politely to what adults told him. He was immediately welcomed by their new father and was loved. But Satoko was different. She was rebellious, she told lies, she played pranks. Her stepfather didn't like her at all.
つまり、どういうことだよ。
聡子は、おじ夫婦に預けられる以前の家族の時も、あまり良好な家族関係ではなかったのです。
Of course, her stepfather didn't have any malicious intent from the start. At first, he must have worked hard to get his new daughter to accept him. But the young Satoko didn't make any effort at all towards that end. She was distant towards her stepfather and never opened her heart to him even a little. She just got on his nerves all the time with seemingly forced lies and pranks. Her father's discipline and punishment must have been loving at first, of course, but that too faded quickly.
私はその時はひなみ沢にいなかったからよく知らないけれど、昨日電話で初めて知りました。
先生が聞いたのはどんな話ですか？
さとこちゃんが両親、特に義理のお父さんを陥れるのを目的に嘘の話を作って、自分で生活相談所に電話したって。
Oh my god.
自称と作り話？
聡子は嫌いなお父さんを追い払うため嘘の電話をしたのです。
Child welfare officers rushed there and heard the story. Her father genuinely apologized for a few times when he had gone too far, and agreed to let the child welfare center give him coaching.
いろいろと関係機関が調べた結果ね。ギフとさとこちゃんの心のすれ違いに原因があることは分かったんだけど、それ以上にさとこちゃん自身に問題があることが分かったの。
さとこに問題って何です？
Coaching, don't be abusive. Satoko's mother, there were a few times where she had lived with de facto husbands, though those relationships didn't result in remarriage. From a young age, Satoko had been forced to call at least 2 or 3 people her father. At some point, Satoko's pranks escalated. She would spill food on purpose, turn over her plate, and even throw it. She'd break the windows in the neighborhood and shoplift candy. She'd put thumbtacks everywhere and set other traps to seriously hurt people. Not in the way she did now, just to get laughs. She was also fond of telling lies that would be found out right away, and people got mad at her every time. But she never, ever changed her behavior.
さとこちゃんのことを問題児なんて思わないでね。これは幼いさとこちゃんが母親を知らない男に取られまいとして取った自衛的な行為なの。
In regards to Satoko's problematic behavior, child psychology experts from public institutions indicated her actions were to draw her mother's attention to herself. They acknowledged that she had a form of harmful emotional trauma and declared that she needed counseling and therapy from professionals. They didn't know whether that therapy had healed the wounds in her heart.
さとこちゃんはわざと体に傷を作り、お父さんに虐待を受けているとね。自分で通報してお父さんを追い出そうとした。
でも、結局、さとこをいじめてたわけだろ、その義父は。
いいえ。虐待の話は全部、さとこちゃんの作り話だった。義理のお父さんは、もちろん少し感情的な叱り方をしてしまったかもしれないけど、逸脱しているほどではなかったの。
Satoko had lied to chase away her stepfather, and they saw through her right away and found out that Satoko had issues.
あ、ひょっとして、そのせいで、一昨年の冬は様子見に。
はい。ちゃんと昔の記録が残ってましたですから。さとこの嘘の可能性もあるから慎重に、ということになりましたのです。
なんだよ、それ。つまり、なんだよ。さとこは、嘘をつくかもしれないから、慎重に。だから、様子を見ろってことになってんのかよ。
狼と羊飼いさんなのです。
Mm-hmm. That fable about telling a lie once, making others unwilling to believe you later.
ふざけんなよ。昔のことなんか全然無関係だろう。今現在起こってる事実だけが重要なんだろうが。さとこは叔父に虐待されている。どうしてその事実が昔の出来事で歪められなきゃならねえんだよ。
Neither Sensei nor Rika-chan had anything to say to that.
とにかく、それを慎重に判断するために、保護士さんが昨日訪れましたのです。
And Satoko dealt with them, put on the best, strongest smiles she could imagine, and denied the abuse. Of course, she was probably being threatened to keep quiet about it by her uncle. Satoko was trying to outlast everything without asking for help. Satoko wanted to wait for Satoshi to come back home. And she outright denied the truth of the abuse. What an idiot. What? You're not really enduring it. You really think pretending like this actually brings Satoshi back? Just stop it already. Satoshi... He abandoned you. And the fact that he hasn't shown up to save you now is proof, isn't it? So just stop it. Please stop being weird and pretending to endure it.
今した話は全部忘れるように。いいですね。他の子に喋ったら先生怒りますからね。
Chi-sensei gave me a warning, then left to go back to the teacher's lounge.
圭一、さと子のことをかわいそうな子なんて思わないでくださいです。さと子はしっかり生きていますです。さと子は、
そんなの分かってる。俺たちのかけがえのない仲間だ。
さと子はまだ頑張っています。もう少し見守ってあげましょうです。相談所の人が今後も定期的に訪問すると言ってるのです。大変なことになったらすぐに助けてくれますよ。
大変なことになった後だろ。
Any more than that would have sounded like I was picking a fight, so I firmly swallowed my next words and went back to the classroom. Neon and Reina were talking to Satoko like they always did. It was a silly conversation. A humorous, even fun one. Like it was any old day. If Satoko really said she could still endure it, then maybe I should do as Rika-chan said and watch over her. Maybe whatever help I offer will just go unwanted. God dang, dude. Thank you for the hydrate, soldier.
さーて、お昼でございますわね。みー5人揃ってのお昼は久しぶりだね。やっぱりこうじゃないとダメだよね。
まったく同感同感。ほらほら、ケイちゃんも机寄せて。
Satoko brought her own desk over as well, grinning broadly. Even knowing nothing had been resolved, this exchange was pleasant. It made me remember how fun it used to be.
いつまでもリカにお弁当を作ってもらっては悪いですわね。いいのですよ。さとこのお弁当を作るのは僕の楽しみなのです。
Rika-chan's such a good girl. Having such a good friend must be reassuring.
僕に大きなハンバーグを入れて、さとこには焦げたのを入れて、さとこだけかわいそでみぱーん。
Good lord, man. I take it back. Well, she's Rika-chan after all.
ほらほら、見て見て。今日はほら、オムライスなんだよ。マッシュルームとか美味しそうだよね。だよね。はいつもながらお見事なお手前でございましたよ。
Mochiara? Huh?
いつお嫁に行ってもおかしくない腕前ですわね。
Ara Ara? Are you asking me to say Ara Ara? Give us the Ara Ara. Well, in what tone? Do you want me to do it in a manly tone or a feminine one?
お嫁お嫁お嫁。
Alright, well I guess I'm just gonna go with feminine. Rain of voice. Can I do a rain of voice? Ara Ara! Yeah, that wasn't good. Let me just do a regular feminine one. Ara Ara?
お嫁を食べると。
Wait, what? Wait.
はあ。
I don't think you should eat wives.
レナにお嫁は NG ワードだね。以後控えるように。
No.
ほんのちょっぴり反省しましたよ。
ところでミオンの弁当はなんだよ。今日のはまた趣が違って期待大だな。
おじさんはまったりと夕べのおかず詰め合わせね。煮物がいい感じなんだよ。ほら、大根の色はかなりいいでしょ。
わあ、美味しそうなのです。
煮物は一晩寝かせてからが真骨頂だな。これはかなりいけそうだ。よって聡子の分はなし。俺が全部食って感想を聞かせるから黙って見てろ。
なんですって？私の分もおよこしなさいな。
Elbow punch, headbutt. I'll use my knees too. Wait, what the hell is happening?
密着距離まで入れば私の有利は動きませんわね。ケイチさんの分のお大根が実に美味しいですわ。
ちっくしょう。バトル開始時から密着でいきなりコンボとは。無念。
This little exchange, how long had it been? Looked like they'd ended up going with the wait-and-see approach. But maybe your uncle had realized he'd gone a little too far and would dial it back now. If her treatment improved a little, would that be a good thing? Satoko was grinning wider than I'd ever seen. As she chomped down on the mouthful of the daikon she'd plundered from me. Did it really taste that good? Yeah, she looks great. That's what I would call a happy kid. Don't you all think so, chat? Just so full of life and energy. You know, like kids should be. Just happy. Just glad to be here. What a silly guy. What a silly little guy. You know what I'm saying? I can't. And they've still got the happy music going on in the background. She's just in math class. It's alright. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's the math class that's taking effect. My face when algebra. Most happy person in Ohio. Oh man. Okay. Satoko was somehow cute like that. And just as I'd done many times, I grabbed her head and started petting it. Whoa. Catch! Smack, flip, flop, clatter, clatter! Holy dead inside, Batman.
Satoko-chan?
It was so sudden that, for a moment, flip flop, wow, hipster much? I didn't know what had happened. The back of my hand was stinging. I went to pet Satoko's head and then she hit my hand?
どうしたの、さとこ。
Satoko was scratching at her head, as though a pimple or something had appeared on it and become itchy. It was so sudden and so unprovoked that I didn't understand what had happened.
どうしたさとこ。
At some point, her body had been covered in a thin layer of sweat, and her breathing had turned ragged. When I pet her head, did she not like it? Was that what it meant?
お前、頭撫でられるの嫌いだったっけ？
Knee-jerk reaction. Clearly, God, Keiichi get a clue. I know, right? Once again, slowly, I held out the palm of my hand and brought it close to Satoko's head. Bro, Keiichi be the type of motherfucker Twitch is getting rid of hosting. What the... Huh? I don't know what that means, but, Keiichi be the type of motherfucker to like, go out and, like, touch a cactus and then be like, ow, that hurt. And then reach out and touch it again. Like, what the fuck? The instant the palm of my hand touched her head, it was a shock like static electricity, and Satoko began to howl. When you're offline and can host other channels, that's what Twitch is getting rid of. Very smart, Keiichi. But yeah, what Golden said. Oh, well, that sucks. I'm not sure why. Thud! Slam! She grabbed my arm in both hands and, as if flinging off a snake trying to cling to her, as if trying to throw away something dirty, she threw it violently. It's lame because it's how smaller streamers become more discoverable. Yeah. I don't know. It happened too suddenly for me to react. It hit the desk behind me, and both it and I fell to the floor. The classroom fell deathly silent. As Satoko bellowed, it sounded like she was in the throes of death. She unsteadily backed away. The fuck is happening? I wonder if that has a different model in the remake. Did I touch the right thing? Oh, okay, well, that's just a console-only thing then. Then she threw up the food she just ate. Oh my god! She vomited it all back up. Splish, splat! The sound of Satoko's vomit hitting the floor rang through the classroom.
大丈夫かよ、さとこ。具合でも。
reached out a hand and she swatted away with all her might. It's a trauma reaction. Something happened to her that makes it so when she's touched like that, she relives her trauma. Ah, I see. Well, I mean, you could figure that out from common sense, but yeah. With such extreme strength that I fell into the floor again. Satoko put both hands on her head as though protecting it, groaned some more, and took a few steps back. And then she began swinging both hands around. Students in nearby seats were forced to evacuate. She grabbed anything within reach, bento boxes, chairs, threw them, tossed them, and flung them about.
ちょっとやめなよ、さとこ。あんた、どうしちゃったの？
She screamed out as if Mion's words had caused her physical pain. No one spoke a word to her. All the students were withdrawing behind us, leaving Satoko alone in the corner of the classroom. Around her, there were desks and chairs all over the floor. Bento lay scattered. It was terrible. All I could hear was Satoko's ragged breaths and the voices of the cicadas. The strings of tension loosened around Satoko. Maybe she suddenly grew scared of her own actions, because she started trembling and gave a word of apology. But nobody knew just who that apology was directed towards. So, for now, I decided to answer as everyone's representative.
いや、そっちこそ大丈夫か？
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
Our words didn't match each other at all. Satoko hugged her shoulders and back she went. Bang! She ran into the locker with the cleaning supplies in it. Even that made her give a little yelp. What's up, Butchie? How goes totally light-hearted Higurashi? Oh, it's a going. Yeah, we're actually in the middle of a really intense freaking scene. It seems Satoko is reliving the abuse that the physical abuse that her uncle has been giving her, because good old Keiichi here went to give a head pat to her, and she was not having any of that. So she started like beating him up and starting throwing shit and all that fun stuff, you know. Man, Higurashi is so wholesome, isn't it though? By the way, guys, let me go ahead and do this. So, Baron Bananas. If you guys have not heard or seen of Baron Bananas yet, please go give him a follow. He is a great streamer. He's a flesh streamer, as we call it, as us PNG/VTubers you like to call it. He's a flesh tuber. But recently he's been reading... Yeah, he's a flesh tuber, yeah. Recently he's been reading Fate of Grisaya, and you all know how much we love Grisaya, so please drop him a follow, because I've been loving just dropping by and seeing his reactions to it. He recently finished Sachi's route. I don't think I've managed to convert him to the Sachi side yet, but we'll get him there. Don't y'all worry. We'll convert him soon. Soon he shall see the light of day. But please drop him a follow and check out his streams. Tomorrow I believe he is streaming Digimon Survive, so look forward to that. And the next Grisaya route he plans to do is Amane, so I am excited for that. Yes. Sachi is great, but Mitsu's got me. until Chizuru gets a root. Of course, until we get a Chizuru and JB root. That is true. That is true. But glad to see you, Baron. How's your day off been? I hope that's been going well for you. Anyways. The impact caused the bucket atop the locker to fall, making a loud sound, and that scared Satoko most of all. One really know. Well, nice. Apparently 35 Sachis is the limit. Well, you can't have 36, that's just too much of S-Girl. She almost jumped out of her skin, grabbing a bunch of the curtain in her hands. Nobody spoke to her. They could only look, not even remembering to blink. But I hate odd numbers.
ごめんなさい。
It's okay, I can rationalize it. 3 plus 5 equals 8. That's not even a number. That's an even number. Oh, okay.
ごめんなさい。私じゃないです。
Satoko? What on earth? I stood up, took a step away from everyone, and approached Satoko.
何があったんだ？
だから私知らないです。違うからもう嫌です。やめてください。許して
落ち着けよ。さとこ、俺がわかるか？
もう嫌です。
Every time I took a step forward, she grasped the curtains more tightly and cried out.
さとこ、俺だよ。圭一だ。わかんないのか？お前に危害なんか加えない。だから落ち着けって。大丈夫だ。俺はお前の味方だって。
助けて。怖いのやだ。痛いのやだ。
God damn. Suddenly, my shoulders were grabbed and I was dragged backward. It was Reina.
ごめん、ケイチ君。ケイチ君はちょっと後ろに行ってて。
After pulling me back, she ran towards Satoko in my place.
大丈夫だよ、さとこちゃん。もう怖いことなんかないよ。ほら、安心して。やだ。もうやだ。ニーニー。助けて。ニーニー、助けてよ。
She gripped the curtains and kept calling for Nini. She continued to wail about being forgiven for something, and to be saved from something. What is this? Yawn gnashed her teeth and groaned. There were tears falling from her firmly closed eyes.
どうなってんだよ、これ。昨日で全部終わったんじゃないのか？ 今日から、また元の生活に戻っていくんじゃないのか？ミオン！ミオン！
Crash! It's a crazy sound. Rena had taken the cleaning supply locker and kicked it down to the ground. Everyone stood surprised at Rena's unexpected act of brutality. Keiichi trauma doesn't end after a day. Yeah, like, seriously. Props to the voice actors, really get the emotion across. Yeah, the voice actors are pretty good. Except, when... If you ever hear Keiichi do a laugh, it never sounds natural at all. That's the only point of like criticism I have, but the voice actors are pretty damn good. And after that, Reina embraced the bawling Satoko from behind and started crying with her, stifled. Maybe Satoko's not trying hard enough.
レナ、どうした？
ごめん。ケイチくん、ちょっと黙ってて。
今のはなんだよ。どうしたんだよ。サトコから何か聞いたのか？何を聞いたんだよ。
サイナー！
どう？
黙ってろって言ってんでしょ！
I mean, deserved, but still. Reina's raw, hostile emotion hit me like a brick. It was no more than a momentary howl of emotion for Reina, but it was more than that for me. It had shown me what was behind all the emotion. It was in her heart.
Satoko-chan.
God damn it, Ark.
やだやだやだやだ。もう、やだやだやだ。許して。何もできなかった私たちを許して。ごめんね。ごめんね。
Forgive us. Being unable to do anything. Reina's words made me feel as though the blood vessels in the back of my head were suddenly all turning to ash. My vision grew distant, blurred with gray, and the world lost its color. Thought we could save Satoko, but though I knew it'd be the sooner the better, I thought there was no time for limit for doing that. I never even dreamed we could be too late. I'd been making a huge mistake. I thought Satoko could be hurt, but never that she'd break. It was such a huge mistake. People, they break, thinking that they don't. It's absolutely absurd. We needed to save Satoko. We needed to save her before she broke. That fatal lapse in awareness had brought this on. Whose fault was it? That went without saying. Mine. No. Ours. We all took on the duty of saving Satoko, but we were negligent to the point of laziness. In that sense, this was the inevitable result. Even if this didn't happen today, and it happened tomorrow, or the day after, or next week, we would have just sat around doing nothing until that day. So this was the obvious result. I slumped down to my knees, just as Mion and Rika-chan had done. And I, too, closed my eyes tight and couldn't stop myself from sobbing.
何の騒ぎですか?
Just now hearing all the freaking screaming and hollering?
ちょっと、何があったんです?
The teacher came, and her face screwed up at the terrible spectacle before her. The instant she realized the teacher was here, Satoko went through another complete change. She wiped her face with the curtains and, like nothing happened, smiled. To be fair, this all probably took place in a minute or so. True.
北条さん。これは一体何事ですか?
ちょっと、レナさんと喧嘩になってしまっただけですのよ。お弁当をめぐって、ちょっぴり大暴れなんですの。ね。
Reina did nod in reply. But then, since Satoko wished it, she nodded without strength. The rest of the class couldn't keep up with her extreme changes. We all just stared in daze. Gave her the haughty noblewoman laugh. Oh yeah, that's been her personality this whole game until the the bad shit started.
ちょっと悪ふざけをしただけなんですのよ。皆さん、度肝を抜かれすぎでございますわね。
Satoko would probably sweep the whole thing under the rug. For what? Her heart is torn to pieces, so what else? You wanted your needy to help, didn't you? But, unfortunately for you, Satoshi doesn't ever intend on coming back. It's never that easy. He won't just conveniently show up and save you. So, you don't have to wait for him anymore. You can cry, you can beg for help, you can run away.
私たちが無力だから。
Mion suddenly said. She spoke then, those few words that had tormented me countless times. Those words were a spell, and when I heard them, my whole body suddenly regained its calm. My emotions all slipped away like they'd never been there, like a wave departing. Then, the world's color flipped inside out. I feel the view expanded. My head grew remarkably cold, and I felt like my mind's volume had grown even wider than the classroom we were in. time, my soul was doubtlessly no longer in the small, petty vessel of my head, but floating in the air a little above it. It was a mysterious feeling of release. It broke free of the cramped confines of my skull and stretched out my roots in all directions, as far as I wanted to. It was a strange feeling, and one I'd never ever felt before. An odd sense of exhilaration. My sharpened senses caused me to transcend. Bro, oh, okay, what is happening right now? my man's morbing out. Like, what the fuck? He's going Super Saiyan. Oh yeah, with the thing went, what do you call that? Negative color? I don't know. My mind was sharper than a knife's edge, and I immediately decided that spending the time to let myself be crushed with grief would be an absolute waste. I erased all the garbage information from my brain. Super Saiyan K2. I expelled the pointless emotions presenting obstacles to action.
ミオ、お前は呪ってろ。自分の無力さをいつまでも。
え？
If I could have taken back what had happened by crying about it, I'd have cried all day. But the fact was, this was how things had turned out. I couldn't take back what had happened. Top priority then would be to prevent the situation from worsening further and to sever the chains of misfortune. Until today, I've been looking at things so narrow-mindedly I could scarcely believe it. To save Satoko, the only thing to do was to save Satoko, the only thing to do was to save Satoko. That's the only thing I thought about. I didn't allow myself to realize the most basic, direct, and certain way of removing the source of Satoko's unhappiness. No. Actually, I realized it yesterday. But as for the means, I'd relied on some stupid curse from some dumb deity. Never considered carrying the task out myself. I would obliterate Satoko's uncle. Bro's about to unleash the Kamehameha on him. Jesus Christ. Or as... Have y'all seen the Fortnite pronunciations of the Kamehameha? Or the fucking... The Kameyamama! or actually my favorite one. This player tried to Kamehameha me! Alright, let me get back to it. There were plenty of ways to do it. This was a task that held infinite methods. Ironically, the method of saving Satoko required mostly money. Yeah. But the method of killing that man pretty much took no money at all. I could kill him with the least amount of investment. The least amount of money suited him. It was only the weight of his life. I kept eliminating needless, worthless information from my head, replenishing it with only the knowledge I'd need to achieve my goal. I used every cell in my brain to think about how I'd kill him. The way I killed him didn't matter. I would allow any method, from whatever time and whatever country, as long as it ended in a quick and certain death. If I were to have an additional condition, it would be not to get caught. Removing him was an act designed to return the peaceful times we had with Satoko. If I was arrested in exchange for the removal, then we might as well have killed each other. With only him gone, we'd go back to our normal lives. That was my supreme objective. My ultimate goal. Kill him. Definitely. But definitely don't leave evidence either. Two alternatives at odds with one another. Yeah, obviously killing the guy doesn't really solve anything, to be honest. Especially where Satoko's already to the point where she's broken mentally. But this is actually interesting. So I think this is supporting my theory that it really is just the curse that's causing, like, all the bad shit in this town to happen. Because, like, in, like, a millisecond, I mean, like, a very fucking millisecond, Keiichi is already, like, alright, just gotta kill him. Here's all the ways that I can kill him. Gotta kill him, gotta kill him, gotta kill him. Now, like, before that, Keiichi, like, he's pretty passive. I'm still convinced it's a brain What? When the hell have you said that? What? I don't remember you ever saying that. But, okay. The condition of not leaving a trace back to me automatically narrowed the number of murder methods. I said that like 5 streams ago. Oh. No witnesses was an absolute must. Fortunately, given the right time in Hinamizawa, there would be nobody around. I mentally reconstructed the land around Satoko's house. The number of pedestrians, different at different times. The movement algorithm of the neighbors. Would I lure him out or charge at him? What would my weapon be? When and where would I carry this out? Where? It needed to be somewhere I wouldn't leave a trace. When? It needed to be as soon as possible. Satoko's safety, without wasting even a millisecond, would explain the irrational, emotional behavior of some people. True. This is absurd. Completely absurd. But in that same vein, Golden, what kind of parasite is only, like, killing people once a year on one specific day? And also, that doesn't explain how people are being demoned away with no explanation whatsoever. Keiichi, how to get away with murder. Oh, basically. Keiichi's been listening too much of Papa Roach. Get that one song he's got, Getting Away with Murder. That's just my headcanon? Okay. When I thought about it this way, it struck me how easy the act of killing was. If I could leave evidence, if I was just going to kill him, anyone could easily turn into a murderer. But our reason prevented that. It told us doing so would get us arrested for sure. In the end, being arrested by the police was the final thing preventing people from committing homicide. Biologically, there is a fungus that controls the motor motions of its insect host, basically turns them into zombies. Fungus, cordyceps. Yeah, I've heard of that. So it's shit that invades ants and stuff like that. Absurd! If you went all the way out into the very middle of the ocean, you wouldn't leave any trace at all. Anyone would drop those they hated into the depths if they knew that. Parasex inspiration. True. True. It was all too easy to simply remove him. Still gotta watch that. I could leave class right now, grab a metal baseball bat or something from the schoolyard and go to his house and attack him. Estimated time would be 25 minutes. If I wanted us to kill each other, it wouldn't even be minutes. I could do it in 1500 seconds. I knew just how much his continued existence depended on me. It was nothing. I could just expel him from this world within 1500 seconds after making up my mind. When I decided what to do, he only had 1500 seconds. Actually, if I ran full speed to his house, that number would go down even further. But he was alive. He was still part of this world at this very moment, having torn Satoko's body and mind to shreds. Why? Because I was letting him live. I was permitting him to live, so he was alive. If I rescinded that permission, he would be evacuating this mortal coil within 1500 seconds. You think I'd let you live to breathe even 1500 seconds of air? I'm taking that permission back. Right here, right now. You'd better thank me for letting you live until today. However, I actually need more than 1500 seconds. I'm not just gonna end you. Getting back our old lives is far more important. It's only you I'll be cleanly cutting out of this world. They won't find a culprit. I'll forget that I dirtied my hands on the likes of you as naturally as I brush my teeth before bed. So to do that, I'll make a special exception for you and give you more than 1500 seconds. I'll give you the special permission to keep on living as you have until I can construct the perfect plan for your murder. Wait, Keiichi. You can't let that time go to waste. Those are rookie numbers, lower than numbers. Yeah, I know. I'll kill him quickly. I'll remove him with certainty. I won't even waste much time to perfect that plan. Think back. Tomorrow is Watanagashi, isn't it? Last year on the night of Watanagashi, her aunt died. Her head was busted open by some deviant and her brains splattered everywhere. That's it. He's someone who deserves to be given death on the night of Watanagashi. Hey, Oyashiro-sama. You call yourself a guardian, but you didn't protect Satoko. Cursing Satoko's family for the damned stuff is your own business, but now you've made Satoko unhappy, and she didn't have anything to do with it. I, Keiichi Maibara, hereby denounce you, the guardian deity of Hinamizawa, a failure. We don't need you. Go back to the deepest, darkest part of your shrine this year. Besides, if you had just cursed and killed both her aunt and her uncle last year, none of this would have ever happened. Curse this year, it's not on you. I'll be the one deciding. It won't be the three families controlling the serial deaths behind the scenes. No, not some vague people who I can't tell if they're buffoons or not. This time, I'll be the one to deliver divine judgment. So don't get in my way. Just watch. Stay quiet and watch. I'll obliterate him. I'll wipe him off the face of the earth. I will stomp out his very existence. Go away. Disappear. And die! Keiichi trying to play judge, jury, and executioner here, that's what I'm saying. I'll tear your heart apart just like you did to Satoko. I'll have your blood as payment!
Keiichi-kun, 大丈夫?
What if he didn't actually say all that in his mind, but he was just screaming that all out to the open air? Keiichi, you're doing what now? Blood to yen exchange rate isn't very good, though. True. Reina, Mion, and Rika-chan were looking after me. I fallen to the floor?
急に倒れたからびっくりしたよ。うなされてなかった？うなってたよ。
うるさい。
おう。
黄色い声で話しかけるな。
My friends gave a start and backed away.
なんだよ。
Raina and the others, they exchanged glances, unsure of what to say, and stood confused for a few moments.
今の、圭一くんの声。
当たり前だろ。
Raina gulped firmly and opened her mouth.
今一瞬、圭 圭一くん、すごい目だった。
目？光の角度でそう見えたんだろ。バカバカしい。
見間違いじゃないよ。あんな目、初めて見た。
Oh, shoot! Was he having the, Guys, if you remember, usually when people get to, like, this evil state in Higurashi, they have, like, this backdrop of, like, these evil-ass, like, cat-looking eyes, and it's, like, a distorted background. Maybe that's the eyes that, Keiichi was having. I have no idea what you just said, Golden. What were these guys talking about? They've all been too scared of me lately.
前原圭一くんだよね。
Yep, he's been affected by Oyashiro. What is Reina saying? Who else do I look like except Keiichi? The look I gave her seemed to speak quite eloquently to those irritated thoughts. She understood and quickly apologized.
ごめん。気にしないでね。
Shit, dude. We've got Killer Keiichi in the house. That's a fucking twist. Well, I didn't think Keiichi would get infected with it. Infected. Cursed with the killer intent. View new tips. Let's see. Emergency. No, infected. June 18th, 1983. Abuse issues regarding Satoko Hojo urgent. We propose that Satoko Hojo must be taken into immediate custody based on the items below. 1. Family situation. Life with adoptive father, who recently returned to Hinamizawa, has already turned disastrous, and she is currently subject to unendurable physical and mental abuse from the father. 2. Child Consultation Center's response. A child probation officer was dispatched yesterday on the 17th from the prefecture welfare office, but because of the 77 case, changed to continued coaching and cautionary action. Unfortunately, the consultation office head does not properly understand the situation. 3. Status of concerned child. Child already appears to be suffering from an outbreak of something close to neurosis or manic depression. If her unstable pubescent mind is negatively stimulated by stress, it will put her development of healthy body and mind at risk. This cannot be allowed to continue from a humane standpoint. 4. Allegations made to the family court. We propose, based on the above items, that Satoko Hojo should immediately be taken into protective custody. She should be secured temporarily under emergency allegations to the family court under Article 28. We request emergency coordination between all related agencies. Shoot, man. D23, number 44. Children with special needs, General D23, number 44. Blank blank 1977. Child name, Satoko Hojo, blank years old. Nice. Alright. Residence, blank Hinamizawa Village, Shichiban. 1. Consultation circumstances. Lolly here's all basically. Telephone, SOS from child of child abuse. 2. Abuse situation. Child claims she is being physically abused by her adoptive father. 3. Family structure. Circle marks abusers. Adopted father, real mother, older brother, child in question. Note: adopted father and real mother entered family registry in 19 blank. The child is the daughter of the mother's previous husband. 4. Child consultation, center's response. On the day of the child's telephone consultation, the center called the child's school and asked of her situation. On that day, the child welfare officer on duty visited the child's house and conducted an interview. The adopted father sincerely listened to instruction and agreed to take child-raising workshops in the city from now on. As part of the suggested coaching, the center will continue to observe the situation. 5. Other notes. As a result of numerous counseling sessions at the city's education consultation office regarding the child, we learned there was a high possibility the cause of the child's excessive distrust towards her adoptive father was the result of a lack of communication. The abuse she claimed hadn't actually taken place. She had made a false report to distance herself from her adoptive father. Below is a note written in pencil by the person on duty at the time. The problem appeared to be more with the daughter. Chief Investigator F of the city's education consultation office said that most of her stories of abuse were likely fabrication. Oh. No? Oh. That got me. They decided to shift the focus of their coaching to the child. Be cautious not to take everything the child says as truth. Okay. Let's go ahead and we will stop here for today. But man, this chapter, like, this is probably like the saddest chapter that I've been through. Like, the other two were more just like terrifying. Oh. I was like, what the hell? Oh, thank you for the hydrate, soldier. But yeah. Oh, also, I don't know if you're still here, Baron, but let me go ahead and pull up the Discord for you. There we go. There's a Discord link if you want to join, and we can chat up on there and all that good stuff. Let me see. Who do we want to raid today? That is the question, chat. Okay, yeah. I don't have like a section for my Discord on the things, so I usually just have like a command for it. Ooh, we're raiding Gingy. Yeah, we're raiding Gingy. Okay, yeah, we're raiding Gingy. Raid. Oh! Oh, hey, Fuki! You came just as we're about to raid! But thank you so much for the sub, I really appreciate it! This is the raid message. I'm sorry that I'm leaving so soon, Fuki. Thank you so much. But I just got home. I'm sorry. But now you get to share all that love with Gingy. Isn't that something? There you go. All right, guys. I'll see y'all later. I hope y'all have a good day, and yeah, I'll see y'all later. Bye bye. Bye.